Right now is a very stressful time of year. I mean, it's spring. It's freaking 82 degrees out right now. So that's wonderful. But the crappy thing about this time of year is testing. Testing, and more testing. Ever since I was in 3rd grade, we've taken the MEEP in October. Last year, when I was in 6th grade, apparently it was the last year that we were doing that. Now we're doing the M-STEP testing, which is only for kids in Michigan because it's the frickin' Michigan Standard something education stuff. It doesn't... Whatever. It's testing. I don't like it. No one likes testing. So we've been testing since last week, Monday, which was the very end of April, we started testing. So all of last week, we were doing ELA testing. So English and stuff, and for one of my tests, I had to write a story. And I'm like, so I wrote the story. I wrote a lot because, I don't know how they're grading us on this, and kind of want to get a good grade if they are grading us. So by the time I was finished, we still had a decent amount of class left. But you have to raise your hand, and the teacher comes to you, make sure you finished everything. Then they tell you to close your computer down. So I raised my hand. My teacher's like, click end test. Click the button. Click end test again. Click the button. And then when it's supposed to close out, and then the teacher tells you to put your computer away, it just kept loading. And loading. My teacher stood there for a few minutes. And I stared at my screen. And there it was. Loading. And loading. So she just said, alright, leave it alone and see if it loads. Checked back in on me 5-10 minutes later. I'm sitting there reading my book, but there's my computer. Loading. And loading still. So she ended up calling our counselor, Mrs. Giola, and Miss Giola took my computer, and I'm like, if this doesn't save, I'm going to slap somebody, because I wrote a lot. A lot. So thankfully, nothing had to be redone, because a few minutes before the end of the day, because I was testing the second half of the day, my teacher came in, Miss Giola came in and said, I got you logged off, everything saved, you're good. So I'm like, okay, yeah, whatever. But this week, we were doing mathematical testing. So there was only 2 days of that, so we did it Monday, we were off Tuesday, test-free yesterday, and then testing again today. So, as far as I know, we are officially done with the M-STEP testing. But now, we move on to map testing. So, for the next couple of weeks, we're going to have a decently normal schedule. I'm you only go to 2 hours this day, and all this other weird stuff. But tomorrow, I don't get to go to math class the last hour of the day because we are doing map testing. And I'm sick of testing. So this weekend, I'm just going to be like, you make me learn one thing, I will smack you. So, learning this weekend is not something I'm thinking about doing. Well, that's really it. Anyone else stressed? Yeah, other people are stressed. I can tell. You're stressed. I know it. You're stressed. See, it doesn't look like I'm looking at the camera right now, but it's because I'm looking at myself on my screen. So it looks weird, But then it's awkward for me if I look at the camera opposed to looking at myself. I don't know. Well, don't get stressed because of testing.